Fichera is the official sommelier at Vernon Steakhouse, the Somm named Tom. And today he is here to tell us about some wine pairings for New Year's Eve. Happy New Year!
Happy New Year's, dear. How are you?
I'm great. I'm so happy you're back with us.
Well, thank you.
And last time, of course, we had talked a couple weeks ago about what to do when you're dealing with the cork. But now let's talk about the taste.
It's interesting. You might take a look at the counter and say, we're talking about champagnes, but why do we have, all these vegetables and fruits and foods everywhere?
Exactly.
Champagne, to me, is one of the hidden secrets for being a food wine.
And I thought that was interesting when you mentioned that to me.
Absolutely.
I always think of champagne as the toasting drink, but not necessarily the one you pair with your food.
Special occasions and all that.
Sure.
I have been involved, and I have been lucky enough to attend plenty of wine dinners where there are champagnes with every single course.
Really?
On there. And normally what the rule of thumb would be is light to dark. With foods and champagnes.
So the lighter the food, the lighter the champagne?
Exactly. Oh. And then as you get into your bigger foods, you get more into your rosés and your creamier style of Chardonnays out there, like a Salon or something. But in this week, Taittinger has been kind enough to be a proud provider for us tonight.
Oh, great. Thank you, Taittinger.
Their champagnes, I just love. Their bubbles are really, really tight. They take great pride in what they do. And not only that, they make a wide range, but they also have a great domestic wine called Domaine Carneros out of Napa.
What is that?
And they make an unbelievable rosé out there, which is one of the champagnes that we're going to be sponsoring on, that we're going to be featuring on New Year's Eve.
Great, great.
The Domaine
Over at
Carneros.
Vernons?
Over at Vernons.
Nice.
And if you're ever in Napa, and you need to visit the Domaine Carneros because it is a brick-for-brick identical building for the chateau in France.
Really?
Yeah, it's spectacular.
See, that's on the list. That's on the bucket list. I think everybody wants to make their way to Napa one of these days, but you don't really know what to look for, so I'm so glad you're telling us that.
Yeah, it is spectacular, but also worldwide, there's a wide range. When you get into, everything from France, in order for it to be called a Champagne, obviously it has to come from the Champagne region.
Sure, of course.
Otherwise, outside of Champagne region, it is a sparkling wine.
Okay.
You get into Spain, it's called a cava.
A cava.
C-A-V-A. And a cava, what that is named for, that is the name of the caves that they age their champagne in. They're called cavas.
Well, that's easy to remember then.
Hence
the
term.
cava.
You get into Italy, you have the Asti Spumantis.
Yes.
You have the Proseccos, which are a big, sexy grape right now that's going on in America. And, but then, rosé champagnes. Rosé champagnes, if you ever have it in your budget.
Yes.
And I know that
they're a little more expensive.
They're the most expensive champagnes in the world.
Of course.
And
are they sweeter or drier?
It depends on the style. It depends on the house. It's house to house.
Okay.
Like I mentioned a couple of weeks ago, there are 3 basic grapes that you use for champagnes.
Right.
You have the Chardonnay. You have the Pinot Noir.
Right.
Which we also know as a red still wine.
Sure.
And then you have the Pinot Meunier.
Okay.
And the Pinot Meunier is a pretty unique grape to some houses, but Taittinger uses Pinot Meunier in one of those. Now, when it comes to champagne pairings, also.
That's what I was going to say. How you pair it up? What's the protocol?
Buttered popcorn.
What?
Yeah, buttered popcorn. If you ever want to have one of the most unbelievable experiences that you did not see coming down the pike.
Yes.
Go into the microwave, do your buttered popcorn, and sit down and have a bottle of champagne with buttered popcorn.
I might just be doing that this weekend.
It's pretty crazy. When I first was talking about that, or when I first got introduced to that, I had the same response that you did. I just said, there's no way. Sat down with my girlfriend. Right. I said, honey, I just learned about this today. Buttered popcorn. Okay.
I love that.
But you
did say not to put strawberries in your champagne. I remember that tip.
Keep it on the side.
And if we're out and we're ordering, and whether we're at Vernon's or at our own house hosting a party this weekend, what would you say goes best with what? I never know, and I want to sound educated, and I know a lot of other people.
On your rosés here, again, I'm a big fan with the rosés. Shellfish.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Good to know. So like lobster?
Lobster would be spectacular because you're dealing with rich and rich on
Sure.
there. Then when you get into the Cuvée Prestige on there, Asian foods, Chinese foods.
Really?
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah, very interesting.
It goes well with that soy taste and the stir fry.
It does.
Huh.
The prosecco, which I think falls more into what you want to do with the, the strawberries and the chocolate dip, this and that. Wonderful with that.
Okay, good.
Okay, so
good.
You're going to go in that style. Here we have a cava, which is the Spanish.
That's the Spanish one.
The Spanish. Great for appetizers. Your crackers, your cheeses, your bries.
Okay.
Items along those lines.
Perfect. So cocktail hour, C&C, cocktail cava.
Okay.
That's how I'll remember it.
I like that. But again, light foods, light champagnes, light to dark, both foods and champagnes, and you'll be safe.
Okay.
And don't forget the buttered popcorn idea.
That is my favorite. And of course, if you are headed to Vernons this weekend, it is located at 6855 4th Street Northwest in Los Ranchos de Albuquerque. I have to always say it.
And
also,
a little
extra. Oh,
one other thing, if I can mention, that champagne, people ask, does champagne go bad?
Yes, that's a good question.
After you cork it, you put it in your refrigerator.
Yes.
All it becomes is a sparkling Chardonnay.
Really?
Use it to cook with, or use
That's a good idea.
Stuff like that.
Because it goes to waste a lot of times.
And use a champagne stopper. You can buy those anywhere, and that'll help extend the life of it.
Fabulous.
But champagne, put it in the refrigerator a couple of days. It's not going to have the same spritz and so on.
Right.
But it's now just a sparkling Chardonnay. That's how I look at it.
Why not use that? I love it. That is a great tip and several good tips. Pour yourself so we can say Happy New Year and do a little toast. Thank you so much, Tom. These have been very helpful tips. And, of course, you can always go to our website for more information at casa.com. Let's do a cheers. Happy New Year.
New Year.
And Happy New Year to
Happy
you.
New Year.
We'll be right back.